oh man, I don't know if I should tell this story's not really inappropriate, I guess, because it doesn't have anybody's name attached to it. It's old enough now. It's more than 10 years old, so I'm going to tell it
that
anyway.
Should be good then.
Yeah, you're good. That's the statute of limitations on inappropriate stories that we can tell on the podcast. That's in the bylaws. By the way, when you start a podcast, they send you the rule book, which is really nice. You just got to read through it and understand what you got to do. Mike Glover got it too. He just doesn't listen to it. Him and Trent are getting together for Silly Goose Tacticals, sponsored by Liberty Saves. So the other thing, so we were out on a training, and I will talk about, people that volunteer for these training exercises. Sometimes I'm sure you've seen the reel, we've posted it a million times, where the guy is talking about how he showed up to the pararescue schoolhouse one day. Hilarious video, by the way. I've DM'd with that dude. He's a funny guy. You volunteer for these things. You show up. You know that you're gonna get to touch that side of the Air Force. For a day, you're going to get to, actually look at how a pararescue team does tactics, or how they access patients, or what you get to see them jump in. Like sometimes you get a helicopter or a fixed wing ride out of it. It's a pretty good deal, right? Well, sometimes the people that are volunteering for these have ulterior motives. And let me tell you a time that happened. I was with my good friend. His name's Ryan. Ryan and I, we had to jump into there was this field that we used to jump in. It was a drop zone, but it was like a carrot field. It was like a farmer's field that they let us drop into. So Ryan and I, it was he was like his element leader, check ride or something. So he's like in charge of our small element. We jump in, there's only 4 or 5 of us. And immediately we hit the ground, and J-Mac has a look on his face. So we're doing something, and I'm packing my chute up right next to J-Mac. And J-Mac is kind of like giving me this wild face. And he's evaluating because he was our team sergeant. I look at him, I'm like, J-Mac, what's going on, dude? And he was like, you'll see. So I was like, all right. I was like, weird. So sure enough, like we make this small movement over to this simulated plane crash. J-Mac did a great job, by the way. There was a fire going on. There was a car. There were people that were trapped in the car. I mean, it was chaos when we showed up. Like, it was a good training event from J-Mac. Crushed it. So we go over there, and there's obviously the one patient that's a critical patient. And Ryan was the first one to put hands on. It happened to be a female. He cuts, so she's wearing a flight suit, right? So Ryan opens the flight suit up, and she is wearing matching Victoria's Secret underwear. And Ryan's a married guy. I look over, I have my ruck. I look over, and she's not an unattractive person. She is an airman. She's our age, right? She's not too young.
Because you weren't a senior NCO at the time.
Right, exactly. I was an E5 dude. Yeah. I was I was a 28-year-old E5, on my first team. Ryan is younger than me. I think Ryan was younger than me, but he was older in rank because he was a PJ for longer. Dude, it almost stopped the entire training event. Everybody was just like, okay, so it turns out J-Mac, apparently this volunteer from the med group, classic Air Force, hot chicks work in the med group. That is a stereotypical thing, but it's also an actual thing. Attractive females work in the Air Force. That's why you should go to the Air Force, because they don't have those in the Army. I guess 100%. She, the very first thing she said to J-Mac on that training event was, "I'm here to get me a PJ." She's like, I am here. She's like, you need to point the single ones out, because I am here trying to upgrade my life right now. And J-Mac was just he knew who was on the team, and he was like, oh boy. Ryan immediately was like, all right, I need a medic over here. I can't do this. I gotta go run this tactical scenario. And I was sitting there, I was like, not me,
not
buddy.
Today.
Not today, Satan. I am not gonna get tuned up on this one. I am not getting in trouble. I got stuff I got to do. Get out of here.